You know those children's stories that just stick with you years later? It's usually this amazing mix of heart, a catchy rhythm, and a really simple, powerful idea. Today, we're going to take apart the charm and the craft behind a fantastic little book, Tavi and the Perfect Nest. So let's dive right in and figure out what makes it tick. So the whole story kicks off with this really big question, one that kind of gets to all of us, no matter how old we are. What truly makes a house a home? And that simple question right there is the emotional heart of this entire journey. It's not just about having a roof over your head, is it? It's about finding that one place that's just perfect for you. Our adventure gets started in a pretty classic way, actually. It begins with just a tiny little sound that ends up revealing a very, very big problem. All right, so let's meet our heroes. On one side, we've got Tavi, the super curious and kind tiger cub. And on the other, we meet Cookie, a little bird who is totally lost, definitely scared, and a long, long way from his nest. And boom, that's it. That one little chance meeting is what kicks off the whole shebang. And check out how fast the problem is laid out. It's just one simple rhyming couplet, but you instantly feel Cookie's panic, and you know exactly what he needs to do. That rhyme makes his little pleas so memorable, and honestly, it just goes straight to the heart. And just like that, our hero Tavi jumps in. Now, this quote isn't just showing us he's a nice guy. It's basically the mission statement for the story. It's a promise, and it sets up the structure for the entire book. A day-long search to find the perfect home. Okay, so now we get to the real heart of the story. It's this journey through all these different homes that are, perfect for someone, just not for our little bird, Cookie. And this is where the book's brilliant formula really starts to shine. So first up on their tour is this super busy anthill. The ants are friendly, they're working together, they even invite Cookie to move in. But yeah, for a bird, this place has some pretty obvious drawbacks. And here's Cookie's rhyming rejection. You see the pattern here? Small rhymes with call. It's simple, it's clear, and it sneaks in this little lesson about habitats. An anthill is great for an ant, sure, but a bird's gotta have room to fly. All right. Next stop, they meet a friendly rabbit who offers up his cozy burrow. I mean, it looks safe, it looks warm. For the rabbit, this place is 5 stars, the ideal home. But for Cookie, not so much. And there it is again. The logic comes through in another perfect little rhyme. What's so important here is this idea that a home isn't just about safety, it's about connection. For a baby bird, being heard by its mom is, well, it's a matter of life and death. Their third stop is this beautiful, sparkling spider's web. It's a total marvel of engineering, really. But as a home for a bird, yeah, that's a non-starter. You can immediately see the difference between a sticky web and a soft nest. I really love this part because Tavi kind of steps in here as the guide. He reinforces the main lesson. It's not that the web is a bad home, it's just not the right home for Cookie. And that's just a brilliant way to show that different creatures need different things. So their final wrong stop is a beehive. You can just picture it, right? It's humming with activity, dripping with honey. It's a sweet and productive home for a whole colony of bees. But for a tiny, scared bird, all that constant noise is just overwhelming. This rejection is all about the senses. It's not about space or being underground. It's about the need for a little peace and quiet. And that rhyme, cried and hide, it just drives the point home with a simple, emotional little punch. Okay, so after looking at everything a home isn't for a bird, the story finally gets to its really satisfying climax. The long, long search is finally about to pay off. And there it is, the big moment of discovery. Isn't that great? After all that searching around on the ground, the answer was literally up in the sky the entire time. And that rhyme of fast and last just gives the moment this feeling of victory, So Cookie is back with his mother, all snuggled up safely in the nest that was made just for him. And this is the emotional payoff we've been waiting for. It's that feeling of belonging, of being exactly where you are meant to be. So we've walked through the story. But now let's pull back the curtain a little bit and really analyze why it works so well. What are the secret ingredients that make this story so effective? Well, the whole book is basically built on this one thing, the AABB rhyme scheme. Like side and glide, then light and bright. This simple, predictable rhythm is just incredibly comforting for a young reader. It almost makes the story feel like a song, which makes it way easier to follow along and to remember.
This right here lays out the story's genius. It's this simple four-step formula that just repeats for each animal. And this repetition, it isn't boring. It's actually a really powerful teaching tool. It builds this sense of anticipation, and it lets a child predict what's coming next, which kind of empowers them as a reader. So woven into this charming little adventure is a really clear science lesson. The story isn't just about finding a home, it's a super clever way to teach us about animal habitats. Each wrong home actually highlights a specific biological need a bird has. You know, the need for space, for open air, for a sturdy shelter, and for some quiet. And this all leads us to the beautiful, big picture moral of the story. This one line, which Tavi says at the end, it's all about celebrating biodiversity. It teaches that every single home in nature has a purpose, and every creature is perfectly made for its own special place in the world. And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started. The story takes us on this tour of animal homes, but it's all to get us to think about our own. So it leaves us with this question. What is it about your home, your nest, that makes it the perfect place for you?